Is there a problem? Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is can't follow. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law that he hideth it sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now there, so them dear like a chaff with the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go tamper on judgment of the sinner among them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God judge. Love the way the righteous and the way the sinner among them always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Kadamawe gromabe atelae. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Leila fi qurashi ila fi himrilata shittai wa soif. Falyabudu rabba hazal bel. Allazi atamana min jo'im wa amana min hauf. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And I'm most delighted to be with you. I must apologize for the late start of the show. Today we're going to keep it really short and straight to the point, so you can enjoy what Rastaman will say, full joy, your weekend. It's the Black Pot, and this is where we meet to talk about our nation. Oh yes, we bring so many different ideas together. At the end of the day, we are able to bring out the best ideas for a solution to our nation's problems. And of course, it's all about the continent as well. It's called the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, today we're going to keep it really short and straight to the point. Remember to share the broadcast so many more people can full joy it. Remember, we are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Make sure you pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are ready to carry your business across the oceans and beyond. We are the most watched right here in Ghana and beyond. It's the biggest Pan-Africanist show on TV. My name is Blakk RASTA, and let us look at what we have for today. Number one. And it says, Mahama is a drunkard. Wow. It sounds like very harsh. Is it the truth? Who is saying this? And on what conditions is this person saying that? This is the person. His name is Atachia. Atachia is a member of parliament. He's been the head of some committees in parliament before. He's a lawyer of good standing. Many respect him. And he is a man who has come out to say that Mahama is a drunkard. Why did he say that? This is the former president of the Republic of Ghana. His name is John Dramani Mahama. Is he a drunkard? Why is Atachia saying that this man is a drunkard? We are going to find out in a jiffy. But these utterances have also met with some strong opposition from Mahama's party, the NDC, the National Democratic Congress. Run it, my youth. NDC rose as Atachia. In fact, NDC rose at Atachia for describing Mahama as drunkard. Demands an apology. Run the story. Now, the Opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has taken a swipe at Member of Parliament for Wakwa South, Honorable Samuel Atachia, for allegedly suggesting that their flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, is a drunkard. Now, according to the NDC, during a mini rally on August 27, 2024, Atachia made comments that sought to paint Mr. Mahama as a drunkard and an alcoholic. In a statement dated Thursday, August 29, the NDC's General Secretary Fifi Fiavi Kwete criticized Atachia for descending into the gutters and described his comments as reckless and unfounded, while praising the exceptional qualities of Mahama as a distinguished statesman with a sterling track record. The NDC stated that such comments not only undermine the decency of political discourse, but exposes the desperation of the new patriotic party in the face of an imminent electoral defeat. It is deeply regrettable that instead of focusing on issues that matter to the Ghanaian people, the NPP has resorted to personal attacks and character assassination. Now, for the record, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not a drunkard. He is a distinguished statesman whose commitment to the well-being and progress of Ghana is unquestionable. His track record in public service and his enduring leadership qualities speak for themselves. The party is therefore demanding an immediate retraction and apology from the Wakwa South MP. The NDC warned that it will explore all available avenues to defend the integrity and reputation of his flag bearer. We demand an immediate retraction and apology from Honorable Atachia for his unprovoked attack on the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Failure to do so would leave the NDC with no choice but to explore all available avenues to defend the integrity and reputation of their flag bearer. War. The NDC wishes to assure the good people of Ghana that we remain committed to a campaign of ideas and solutions. We call on the leadership of the NPP to rein in their members and focus on a clean and respectful campaign that addresses the concerns of the Ghanaian electorate. And not mad slinging, not mad flashing. The statement added. And my brother, my sister, the NDC has its statement right here. It's a press release. But the NPP, the party that Atachia belongs to, has also responded. Oh my God. Drunkard comment. NPP youth wing throws its support behind Atachia. Run it, my youth. The new patriotic party, the NPP National Youth Wing, says they fully support a controversial comment by the Member of Parliament for Wakwa South, suggesting the NPP flag bearer is not a drunkard. Atachia, during a mini rally, launched a veiled scathing attack, insinuating that somebody is a drunkard. Unlike Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. To him, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, is a visionary leader and not a drunkard. Dr. Bawumia is a wise man and he is not a drunkard. He is not a drunkard and he is wise, Atachia said amidst cheers from the crowd. However, even though no name was associated with the drunkard comment, the Opposition National Democratic Congress has issued a statement demanding an apology from the NPP lawmaker for referring to their flag bearer and the former president as a drunkard. This has compelled the NPP youth wing to rally their support behind the former Minister of Works and Housing after rubbishing the apology demand from the NPP, from the NDC, I beg your pardon. Well, he who seeks equity must come with clean hands. A portion of their statement reads, and this is their statement, dash it away. My brother, if you haven't stolen from the market, why are you bothered about shouts of Ewio, Ewio, Kronfue, Barao, Nayara, Nayara? It's a very popular Dagomba proverb. Abuzu Kanwakagura. If you have not stolen, why are you running when they are calling for the thief to be caught? Or are you aiding those who are chasing the thief to run after the thief and catch the thief? It's a very popular Dagomba saying. Abuzu kanwakagura. You haven't stolen saltpeter. Why is it that they are running after saltpeter thieves and you are also running ahead of the runners? If you haven't stolen from the market, do not bother about people shouting, thief, thief, thief. Popular African saying. Now, it's problematic. We have heard in the vineyard that Mahama drinks some alcohol. We have seen other presidential candidates who also have been seen drinking. My brother, if Atachia comes on a campaign platform and he says, our flag bearer is wise, he is not a drunkard, without mentioning any name, why do you take the tag of the drunkard and put it on Mahama? Are you trying to lay claim to the fact that, or to the assumption, or to the allegation that Mahama drinks alcohol or Mahama is a drunkard? For me, I think this is most unnecessary. There was no need to go out there and say that you wanted an apology from a man who never mentioned the name of your flag bearer. Never did he even mention the name of your party. I stand to be corrected. Unless he mentioned the NDC and the name of the flag bearer, you have no justification to call him out and ask for an apology. How many people agree with me? My brother, if you stand on the NDC campaign platform and you say, oh, our presidential candidate is wise, he is not a liar, we all know who you are throwing those innuendos at, who in Ghanaian politics is referred to as a liar. If they come out quickly and say, apologize to Baumia for calling him a liar, then we can also come out and say that, hey, so you are truly a liar. We never mentioned your name when we called liars. So if you came out and owned up, then this is your seat. Sit in the club of liars. Same way, if we are calling out drunkards and we never mentioned the name of John Dramani Mahama, and the NDC is already sweating and asking for an apology, well, you have owned up as a drunkard. This is your seat. Come and sit down in the club of drunkards. Having said this, I think it was a knee-jerk, unnecessary reaction for asking the NPP to come out and apologize to Mahama. If I had been consulted, I would have said, don't do it. Continue with your campaign. Can I now go deeper into the issues? The NPP is confused. They are losing the elections. As Fifi Fiavi said clearly, they are now resorting to a campaign of mudslinging and jumping and descending into the dirty gutters. Shame on you, Atachi. I thought you were a man who had some kind of respect. Do you know what it means to call somebody a drunkard? To be a drunkard is a sickness. It's like mental illness. If somebody is a drunkard, the person is considered as somebody who needs help. It's an addiction. You don't use addiction to insult people. There are some people who are addicted to sex. There are some people who are addicted to nothing but cigarettes. There are some people who are addicted to hard drugs. There are some other people who are addicted to stealing. They are kleptomaniacs. They are those we should be concerned about even the more. To be a drunkard is not the best thing. But instead of throwing stones at drunkards, we need to help drunkards out. If you have a drunkard in your family, instead of insulting him and slapping him and throwing shades at him, you should lead him quietly to a place where he can seek help. It tells you the kind of party you have. A useless party, no common sense party. They are only interested in looking at sick people and insulting them. This is sad. Let us even assume that Mahama is the most hopeless drunkard in Ghana. He has given you enough reason to sweat that you and your people, you have lost the elections. A drunkard has beaten you all to your game. That's a shame. He's a drunkard. Yet Ghanaians are following him and listening to him and loving him. And all the statistics around, both international and local, are pointing to one direction, that the drunkard is winning the elections. We have seen drunkards who stopped drinking. We have seen drunkards who have led the people to a better position, rather than some of you sick people who do not have any good ideas but mudslinging campaign ideas. You have lost the elections. The drunkard has beaten you to the game. All you can do is to attack him personally. Oh, he has cancer. The other day they said he had cancer. He had run abroad to go and get what hey, since when has sickness become a campaign tool? He is sick. He has cancer. For that matter, don't vote for him. Oh, he has HIV/AIDS. Oh, do not vote for him. He has malaria. Don't vote for him. He has a headache. He has catarrh. Don't vote for him. Who says somebody with malaria cannot think? Who says somebody with malaria cannot be cured? Is it a terminal illness? Is it something you should be too worried about? Hey, when I saw this thing today, I said, Atachia, you've lost it. Is that what you were taught in the law school? That you could throw such dirty innuendos? No, you have no shame. Atachia, you have no shame. I am totally flabbergasted. The way we expect intellectuals to come to the table with common sense. People like, no wonder they are bald-headed. Their brains have been heated up by the African sun to the point that all their hair has flown to Burkina Faso. It's terrible. A man who is supposed to be a learned man, they call each other my learned colleague when they meet each other. All you can do on a campaign platform is to say somebody is a drunkard and that yours is not. But you have accepted the liar tag. I would prefer a drunkard to a liar. I would prefer a drunkard to a liar. A liar is worse than Satan. He can never be cured. But a drunkard can be cured. True or false? I said a liar can never be cured. It's in the DNA. If you have to cure him, you have to bury him alive. But a drunkard can be cured. We've seen several times when drunkards got cured. And dash this guy away. I don't want to see his face. It's annoying. People like you should be leading the youth into better discussions, intellectual thinking. You are there mudslinging. Such hopeless people. These are the people who want people to call them my learned friend. Where is the learning and where is the friend? Bring Mahama here. I'm angry at these people. They are those who make intellectualism useless. Today, when you even have a PhD in Ghana, people laugh at you. Because of Dr. Baomia's lies. Doctor of lies. Every now and then. It's sad. Mahama, I have one message for you. They said Atachia never mentioned your name, even though we all know where that was directed. Lawfully, intellectually, you had no claim, your party had no claim to ask him to apologize. To who? Well, I don't know whether you drink or not. We've all heard it in the grapevine that when you lost the elections, well, you took to a little bit of the drinking, but it's an allegation. I have never seen you drunk. I've never seen you even holding a bottle of alcohol. But if you are into it, you see that the people today are trying to use it against you. Shame the devil. Stand up and stand on your 2 feet and say, hey, I am bigger than this useless allegation. I don't know if I should be saying this on radio. I'm on radio, I'm on TV. You know what? Maybe I should say it. I don't know what my siblings will feel, how they will feel, but let me say this. When I was growing up, my father used to, like to drink some alcohol, whose brand I don't even want to mention, because I don't want to give, any credit to any drink company. But one of the popular drinks that are produced in this country by these so-called big men, my brother, my sister, and coming from a Muslim area, anytime we had small football matches as children, and there was some small confusion, my little friends would run up to me, say, your father drinks alcohol. Babanka Mashai. Babanka Mashai. You know what that means? Your father, the drunkard. In the Zongo, even if they see you with one small glass of alcohol, you are a drunkard. Muslims are not supposed to drink 1 teaspoonful of alcohol. You know what they'll say? Mashai, drunkard. So my grandfather and my grandmother, may they rest in peace, called my father and said, Abu, Togashina Nazagi Yaranka, Wake Mashai, Wayagodama, Shangia. Abu, who taught you how to drink? Now they insult your children using you that you are a drunkard. Nobody has ever seen you drunk. You have never fallen down. You have never insulted anybody. But 1 or 2 people who have seen you sitting down at point 7. There used to be a popular place in Tamale they called point 7. I don't know if it's still there. That was where he and his friends, young men, we were little children, to go and sit down there and break bottles. He said, who taught you how to drink? I am your father, I don't drink. This is your mother, she doesn't drink. Where did you learn how to drink this? That day, my father stood in the open, raised his head, and said, Ya Allah. So now carry the shine. Today, as I stand in front of you, I don't want my children to be insulted with these little things. Whatever it is, I've stopped it. He struggled a little bit. After about a month or 2, he gave up on drink. Mr. Mahama, if you are in that club, it's no more attractive. People see it as a weakness. Any man who cannot fight a weakness has a problem. If you truly drink beyond what you should be drinking, remember you are about to lead a whole nation. Look at the nation and tell yourself that the last bottle that is in your hand will not even journey through your throat, let alone lodge itself in your stomach. Crash it on the ground, bah, and walk away. Next time you feel like drinking, drink water. Sometimes we need to be insulted before we sit back and walk the right path. I love you. I respect you. You have already won the election, so they are shaking. They have tried all their so-called ideas. It's not working. Their economic lies. Oh, Ghanaians are fed up with them. Now they want you to validate them by granting them a certain debate, which I told you right from the start. Don't do it before Mosquito and the rest even said it. You refuse to do it. Look at how they are suffering. Their last meet the press that they had by force. You saw how they messed up. If I do it now, then what would I do when I become president? You see, I need a manifesto. I need a manifesto. But if I do all now, what would I do when I become? This is worse than a drunkard talking. Worse than a drunkard talking. It's true. It's true. But for me, there's no day I will ever insult anybody that he or she is a drunkard. I would rather empathize with them. That's my training. Baumia might not be drinking, he might not be smoking, but he has a tag which is worse than these two combined. Liar. That's where my problem is. Not drinking, not sickness. So, Mr. Mahama, the ball is in your court. You want to lead a nation? Please fight the devils around you. And some of the devils, oversleeping, overeating, too much sex, drinking, smoking, stealing, these are the demons around us. My father once told me, if you are born and you don't drink, you don't smoke, and you don't steal, you are already in heaven. You don't steal, you don't drink, you don't smoke. What else can you do? Because lying is stealing. Every liar is a thief, as said by my Jamaican people. That's you. It's the Black Pot, aka COCOBOD'S, where we speak truth to power. Please, let's have a campaign of decency. Decent campaign. Not a campaign of mudslinging. You can't use somebody's sickness to campaign against it. You cannot use somebody's ill health to campaign against his discrimination. But you can use somebody's character to deal with him. What is the character? A character of lying? A character of spreading half-truths? And so on and so forth. The Dagombes have a saying, and I'll close with that. It says, you learn your friend's dance and not his character. If you want to learn anything at all from your friend, learn his dance. Because character is inborn. It's hard to cultivate or learn. I leave it here. It's the Black Pot, aka COCOBOD'S, where we speak truth to power. And remember, our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. And remember to keep your comments coming in. Please spread the message and send the message to all four corners of the earth. Another thing is that if we want to have a peaceful election, we have to avoid some of this mudslinging. You called Mahama inefficient, incompetent Mahama, corrupt Mahama. There was no day Mahama asked for an apology. Because it's part of politics. But when you step outside it and you start to look at the personality, there's a problem. When they started talking about, let me not go there. It's the Black Pot, aka COCOBOD'S, and here we speak truth to power. Let's look at the next story. And the next story is equally beautiful. Mensa'S midnight call to Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe. They say when a man and a woman get together and marry, they become one. That's the premise on which we say Mensa'S midnight call to Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe. She herself didn't call Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe. Her husband did. But when a man and a woman get together in that holy matrimony, they become one. Hallelujah. I believe Mensa'S wants to have a peaceful election. So she probably told her husband, husband, you know what? Call friends and loved ones who know what they know and find out from them, jaw with them, how we can have a really peaceful election. So the husband picked up the call and called Dr. Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe. This is Dr. Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe. You know why? He's very important to us. He's a founding member of the NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo's party. Founding father of the party, the NPP. But he has lost interest in this party. And he says that if this party wins the election, no Ghanaian would understand. According to him, the only verdict Ghanaians are waiting for in this election is that the NPP has lost. It doesn't matter who has won, but it does matter who has lost. And it's the NPP, according to him. And he's a founding father of the party. Before we voted Nana Addo into power, he told us point blank, you will regret it if you do. This man is not a good man. He's so arrogant, he would not listen to. Oh, we rubbished him because at the time, Mahama had done so many bad things, we were tired. He had said so many things we're not happy about. For instance, oh, I have the dead goat syndrome. You see, when you wave a knife at a dead goat, it doesn't feel it, it doesn't even see it. It's an exercise in futility. When Mahama said that, I said, oh my God, why is my uncle saying this? What is this? You are supposed to be the father of the nation. Your ears are supposed to be to the ground. Listen to my grammar. Your ears are supposed to be to the ground. In other words, you listen to every footstep that taps the floor. That's why Atamil said, I am the father of all. I will listen to everybody. And he did. But if you said that you will not because you have developed a dead goat syndrome. No, on the ballot box, we didn't see a dead goat or a man with a dead goat syndrome. So we got sad. He also said he was not a magician, as it was said and publicized, that he was not a magician to create jobs for the youth. Some of these utterances did not sit well with us. We decided to send him packing home into oblivion, opposition. We heard he was so depressed when he went there because he didn't believe that with all the work that he had done. But he left us with one utterance. He said, Ghanaians will very soon see the work that I have done and would applaud me even when I'm not in power. Even when we heard this, a lot of us laughed. But time has proven him right. The Nana Akufo-Addo government is a government that elevates thievery. Right now, the banks are all empty. The money is in the bedrooms of some of these party members. If a woman can have millions of American dollars, millions of euros, millions of this under her bed in her wardrobe, then you can imagine what the big men in the party have. It's sad. My brother, Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe doesn't like this party, the leadership right now. And he spoke. Let's take time and listen to what he said. Listen to Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe.
Behavior of the Electoral Commission. If there will be a problem, I'm coming.
You're a senior citizen. You can invite them. You can go to them. You can write to them.
Look, at times it's hard to think about certain things. You are right. You are right. The Electoral Commissioner, I know very, very well.
Oh, you know her?
I see very well. When I was a kid, I was a pet to his father, to her father, Dr. Blakk Aloti. Now, recently the husband called me. The husband I know very well, Charles Mensa'S. I met him, and it was about how to have peace during these elections. And I told him let your wife do the right thing.
You said that to him.
Oh, yes. He's alive. You can ask him. Let your wife do the right thing. Because what is happening now, if we are not careful and certain things are not put in place, the Electoral Commission will walk us into disaster. Mind my words, I'm telling you.
Are you,
You
not
see,
instilling
the
fear
way-
in the people? Are you not
this-
causing fear and panic?
Tell him here, no. There are wrongs going on. And the wrongs must be put right. You follow me? There are wrongs going, they know it. How can you transfer a whole group of people from a particular place to another place without their knowledge? They can't deny that. You follow me? And certain methods that they are using. If we want peace in this country, then we must be serious about it.
The voice of Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe as he was being interviewed by Bolare. You heard him. Now the headlines are screaming all over the place. Run the story, my youth. Oh my God. This one is from Ghana Web. It says, what Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe told Mensa'S husband about her. Oh my God. Run it, my youth. Politician and football administrator Dr. Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe has revealed details of a recent conversation he had with Dr. Charles Mensah, husband of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mensah. Speaking on Star FM, monitored by Ghana Web on Thursday, August 29, that's yesterday, 2024, the medical practitioner and retired military officer said the husband of the EC boss recently called him to discuss how Ghana can keep its peace after the crucial December 7, 2024 general elections. The former, come back, please. The former Ghana ambassador to Serbia and Montenegro disclosed that his simple advice was for the EC chairperson's husband to tell her to do the right thing. The electoral commissioner, I know her very well. When I was a kid, I was a pet to her father. Hey, Dr. Blakk Alokte. Now, recently, the husband called me. The husband I know very well, Charles Mensah. I met him, and it was about how to have peace during the elections. And I told him, let your wife do the right thing. He's alive. You can ask him. Because what is happening right now, if we are not careful and certain things are not put in place, the Electoral Commission would walk us into disaster. Mark my words. There are wrongs going on, and wrongs must be put right. They know it. How can you transfer a whole group of people from a particular place to another place without their knowledge? They can't deny that. And certain methods they are using. If we want peace in this country, then we must be serious about it, Dr. Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe said. The opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has raised discrepancy issues with the provisional voters register that was recently exhibited ahead of the 2024 elections. Dash it out. So you see, this is a recipe for this disaster. Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe says he was a pet to Mensa'S father. In other words, a little friend. If they want peace, this is what they must do. Do the right thing. Be just. The Ghanaian motto says what? Freedom and justice. If you want peace, be just. And of course, in the run-up to the elections, we also need to be very decorous and temperate with our language. This year, I haven't heard too much of the mudslinging, insulting people's fathers and mothers, and all that. But Atachia just started it, calling a certain flag bearer, a drunkard. How would you feel if a drunkard beats you in the election? It means you are hopelessly useless. Let me not get back to this, because issues like this, when you speak to medical doctors, they will tell you that your education has been futile. Anybody who would insult somebody with their sickness and use that to vilify them is a racist. Well, Nyaho Nyaho Tamakloe has spoken. I will prefer a nation of drunkards who do the right thing to a nation of liars who do nothing. Dash it away. When we return, we will do more. My name is Blakk Rasta, and it's the Black Pot, aka COCOBOD'S, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Hey!
Black Pot, Coco show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka COCOBOD'S, where we speak truth to power. Next story, my youth, and check it out, is blazing hot. Remember to keep your comments coming in. We're going to read them presently. Next story, COCOBOD'S hidden debts amazing. Remember, we've been talking about the COCOBOD. The minister was my lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Mr. Boahin Edu. That's him. Very gentle, soft-spoken. He was one of my lecturers at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Land Economy Department. We used to call it ILMAD. That's the name of the faculty or the department. My brother, these people have messed us up. Every year, before the crop season, we have to go out and beg for money before we are able to plant our cocoa, groom our cocoa, work on our cocoa for the year to be able to guarantee a good harvest. It's slavery. Last 2 weeks, they came out to tell us that now they are raising all their revenue internally. They will go out borrowing and begging. Then the Minister of Finance came back and negated the whole thing. Remember, we carried it here. That, if we say we are going to raise everything here, doesn't mean that we won't take aid and also take, a few loans left, right, and center. I wonder what kind of grammar that is. We are not taking loans. Oh, we are not taking loans does not mean that we won't take loans. Wow. Yo. Yate. Run the story. Look at what is happening. It is crazy. And this Ghana web. COCOBOD'S bosses hide 87 million American dollar debt owed European banks. 87 million. Details are beginning to emerge as to why the Ghana COCOBOD is having difficulties getting this year's cocoa syndicated loan from the European banks. Cocoa syndicated loan. I thought you guys said you were not raising loans anymore and that everything is going to be generated internally. What kind of a paradox is this? The whole government is a lying government. The Herald's information is that COCOBOD has, among other things, failed to pay the final installment of 87 million American dollars of last year's syndicated loan to the international banks, leading to mistrust between the Ghanaian entity and the European financial institutions. The international banks have lost confidence in Joseph Boahin Edu. The Joseph Boahin Edu led COCOBOD and the Akufo-Addo government. They are not ready to dish out their money, afraid that the government will divert the money into other things, especially to win an election, instead of buying and supplying cocoa beans. It's sad. We claim we are independent, yet every now and then we have to run after these people to beg them to be able to survive. What's the importance of your independence? With all the gold and the diamond, what's wrong with us? What is compounding the COCOBOD'S troubles is President Nana Akufo-Addo's reported claim to some of the banks that the COCOBOD was a private company. Although the banks are aware that he had brought down his in-law, Emmanuel Ray Ankra, and made him Deputy Chief Executive Officer, CEO, Finance and Administration, and he decides who gets paid, when and how. The current COCOBOD under Boahin Edu is seen by the European banks as terribly dishonest, said a COCOBOD source, revealing that the European banks are also of some senseless procurements by the management, sometimes at inflated cost. Well, that sentence doesn't sound too good, but it is what it is. The content of the whole story is here. Bring the first page. The headline. This is it. COCOBOD'S bosses hide. So it's all about loans. Finance minister says they are going to borrow loans for the few months that they are going to be in power. Loan, borrow. All. Our governance in Africa is all about borrowing. Borrow. Is disheartening. Can we ever break through? Somebody asked me. Yes, that is why I'm here. That is why you are here. Together, we shall build a formidable force and say enough of the nonsense. COCOBOD, shame on you. Dash it away. Let's look at some of the messages. COCOBOD'S hidden debts. And we are here crying. It's sad. Very sad. When we return, we will be looking at some of your messages. We would also have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk, Cocoa show, man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Cocoa Show. Here we speak truth to power. Can we see some of your messages so that we will hinge on? Yes, edge on and finish up. Koyo One Fool said, Rastafari Blakk. Blessed Jose Kofi, who drinks more than Nana criminal Atta. Who is Atta? Is it Atta Mochri, man? Benzino says, last day of the week with Blackport. Patriotism, not politics. Run the story, my youth, to the bongo clippings. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my blessed brother, Blakk RASTA, on this day, Friday. Greeting to all my brothers and sisters here with much love on this blessed Friday. Blakk RASTA, I love that you are always here speaking nothing but the real truth. Make sure you all are watching this live stream right now. Click on the like button and subscribe to this channel and share, and make sure that you do this before you leave. Abdul Razak Adam says, my senior brother, I'm always proud of you because of your truthful nature. It's easy to be one. But I try speaking to you on phone, but your secretary denied me. So I even requested your number also. But I don't have a secretary. Or is it Black Empire Media? Maybe you call Black Empire Media. My brother, it's so easy to find me. I'm at 3FM. So you can always come. And anytime I have a concert, just come around, man. See? And if you're far away and you need to speak to me on phone, all you need to do, our numbers will soon scroll on the screen. You can just send a message and say that, well, I would like to speak to Blakk RASTA on ABCDEF. I will call you myself. We would have it brought to us and we'll talk to you. And again, soon we're going to start opening the phone line so we can have a hearty conversation. Yeah? I am one of the people who you can easily meet. So easy to find me. That's if you have a good heart. Run the page. Zacha Emmanuel, a.k.a. Governor from Wusuta, says, Ja, welcome, my Godfather. Good health, I ask for you, Godfather. Wani Boy says, welcome back, my king. Henry Hatto says, Palmia is not qualified to be John Mahama's deputy finance minister. Wani Boy says, the way Palmia is promising big things, he can even promise Ghanaians he will give them extra life. Politicians can promise anything. A politician recently told us that he was taking the sea to Kumasi. The Lord who says, bless our Blakk, watching you live from the United States. Come here, my youth. Majid Yusuf says, why more fire, Blakk RASTA. Do we have any more? Abdul Sharif Islam says, Islam Jamil. He says, welcome, Blakk. Abdul Sharif Islam Jamil. He says, I'm watching you live from Saudi Arabia. More fire. James Parker says, truth to power. And Abdul Sharif comes back to say, the lion is back. More fire. Dua Billion Zorbil. He celebrated his birthday only yesterday. And he had a huge Kafankere party. My God. And he says the party will continue on the 7th of September when the Dagabes and the Frafres meet at the Elwak Stadium to play football. The prize is a dog. They say, dog. I'm going to buy a dog. Abdul Sharif Islam Jamil says, I agree with you. Solomon Entry says, looking lovely, my boss. Amo Amankwa says, great man. Asafwache Abi, power to the people. Abubakar Sadiq says 100%. Abubakar Sadiq Ishaka. Love and respect, my youth. Fushani Bakwobiye says, can we do gold for food? Since importing food with the foreign currency would mess up the economy the more with the foreign currencies. Remember, we did gold for oil to help the currency. And Abdul Sharif Jamil says, ha, 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 ha. More fire! Tell them the truth, Blakk. All right, so we're taking our final story for the day. Remember, we said we're going to keep it short. Run the rhythm. That's Malik Basintale. Who is Malik Basintale? Do you know him? This is Malik Basintale. He has become the poster boy of the NDC. In fact, he's been able to warm up behind the scenes, following his bosses around, including the other gentleman that I admire so much. yet have not been able to meet him yet. My brother, my sister, this is Malik Basintale. The other gentleman, his name has escaped me. He's a lawyer, one of the young lawyers there. You see, it's not about personalities. That's why sometimes if I don't remember the names, you should understand. I deal with issues. There was a time I dealt with some issues like that. And some gentlemen came to me, hey, yeah, and you were insulting us, and you were blah, blah. I said, who are you? I don't know you. Oh, we are this, we are this. They mentioned their names. I said, the names do not still ring a bell. Oh, we were those who were involved in this. I said, then I remember the issue now. You were the guys who went doing Galamsey, and you did A, B, C, D, connived with some chiefs and did A, B, C, D. Yeah, but we are coming to explain ourselves more, okay? Let's hear you. Mahama was talking at a gathering. All of a sudden, the photo of this gentleman appeared on the screens with fans outside hailing him up. And Mahama stopped and said, that is the boy. Basintale. That's Basintale. That's the Basintale boy. Proud Mahama pauses speech to celebrate NDC executive. It was a sight to behold at the University of Education, Winnipeg, when the Deputy Communications Officer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Malik Basintale, appeared on the screens of supporters outside the hall while the flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, was delivering his speech ahead of their 2024 manifesto launch. The resounding cheers from the supporters, which overshadowed Mahama's voice, had him pause briefly to give a special shout out to Malik Basintale, who was the star boy. In fact, who is the star boy at the moment. Mahama, who appeared proud of the works of the Deputy Communication Officer of the party, said, that's the Basintale boy, accompanied by smiles. Dash it away. Now we want to look at who Basintale is. I gathered a few facts about him. Let's look at the quick facts, and see who Basintale is. Quick facts. That's it. He's a politician. He's in Ghana. He's a politician. He's a male. And he was born on the 7th of January 1993 in Damongo. According to some sources, he was born in Accra. He comes from the northern region of Ghana, so he's 31 years young. His star sign is Capricorn, and he plies his politics with the National Democratic Congress. He went to school at the Tamale Senior High School. My God. And he also went to the University of Ghana, Legon, where he studied political science. Can we get deeper into Malik Basintale? Early life and education. Malik Basintale was born in the vibrant city of Accra. Remember, I warned you. One report says Damongo, the other one says Accra. He grew up in a family with a strong political background, which influences interest in politics from a young age. Malik's parents were both activists who fought for social justice and equality, inspiring him to pursue a career in politics. He pursued his education at the University of Ghana, studying political science and communication. Now, during his time at the university, Malik was an active member of the student union, where he honed his leadership skills and developed a passion for public service. His political career is with the NDC, and he rose through the ranks so quickly like a column of mercury in the mercury thermometer on heat. As Deputy Communications Officer, Malik is responsible for crafting the party's message and communicating it to the public. He has been instrumental in shaping the party's communication strategy, using his exceptional communication skills to reach out to the public. Malik has also played a key role in several political campaigns, helping to mobilize support for the party's candidates. How about his family? Malik is married and he has 2 children. He's married to a beautiful woman called Ama. They have 2 children together, a boy and a girl. His family is supportive of his political career, and they even often accompany him to political events. Malik is a devoted husband and a father, and he always makes time for his family despite his busy schedule. In his free time, Malik enjoys reading and listening to music, reggae music. He told me the other day, Blakk, I learned a lot from you from afar. You inspired me. I started talking about Malik Basintale when I didn't even know him. Not knowing, he had been observing me from afar and he was able to pick what he could. So he sent me a message. Something said I should put it up, but I'm not going to do that. A few weeks back and said, you actually brought me up. I'm happy that I brought up a great communicator and a wonderful person. Keep on with the truth, even when we win power. Political philosophy. Malik Basintale is a firm believer in the principles of social democracy. He is committed to fighting for the rights of the marginalized and oppressed, and he believes in the importance of social justice and equality. Malik is also a strong advocate for good governance and transparency in government. What has he achieved so far? In his political career, he has helped to increase the NDC's online presence, using social media to reach out to a wider audience. Malik has also played a key role in several political campaigns, helping to mobilize support for the party's candidate. And just a couple of days, he was on TikTok talking to millions of youths, which no political party has done yet. TikTok. Talking to millions of people. So these are some facts, questions and answers. Who is Malik Basintale? He's a Ghanaian politician and a deputy communications officer for the NDC. What party is Malik Basintale a member of? The NDC, of course. What role does Malik Basintale play in the NDC? He is the deputy communications officer. Where is Malik Basintale's what is his educational background? He studied political science and communication at the University of Ghana. Is Malik Basintale married? Yes, with 2 children. So we covered everything. This is Malik Basintale. And what did Mahama say? That is the boy, Basintale. That's the Basintale boy. And he's winning a lot of youth, who want to take a career in politics. This is a younger Malik Basintale with a big head like that of Kojo Sheldon. When I was younger, people said I had a big head. And I used to cry and go to my mother and she would say, tell them that it's full of brains. Your head is not big for nothing. It's full of brains. Fam kupara zomane. Fam kupara zomane. I'm proud to say that. Fam. Dash Basintale away. Time now to say bye-bye to you, my brethren. On that note, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do we have some final comments? Send your comments in and we'll be done. Abubakar Sadiq Ishaka says, I want to pray. I will be back soon, Blakk Rasta. No problem. Abdullahi Silla says, Blakk Rasta, thanks for bringing this educative program this time. I personally have been praying for this time to come, and it's here. This will enable a lot of people in Ghana, also in the diaspora, to listen and watch. Thank you. Okay, so you wanted the time to be brought here. Now somebody in Ghana says, oh, this time I have to go and pray. Somebody out there says, thank God, now I can. That's why they say the one who sells shea butter and the one who sells salt, their prayer can never be answered at the same time. The one who carries the salt, let the sun shine and be hot, so the sun can make the salt shine brighter, so people will buy. And the one selling the shea butter say, let the rain fall, let the weather be damp and cold, so my shea butter can be stiff and solid, and people would admire it and buy it. Because when the sun shines, it will melt. Alexander Kwesi says, Blakk Rasta, Fuela. Lying Fuela. The more we talk about insults in Ghana politics, the worse it will become. I remember they said Rellis was a vampire. Dirty politician watching you from Ontario. Well, vampire is quite cool. I mean, if it's a vampire, it's a vampire. We don't want a vampire. A man who sucks blood, a dirty politician. Well, if it's a dirty, but psychiatric issues like drugs, somebody's addicted to smoking, drinking, drugs, and that's why I have never said, with all the things that they said, that somebody was smoking in Tampe, and for that matter, he shouldn't be president, or was on drugs and should not know. Never said. They need help, not chastisement, right? Abubakar Sadiq Isaka says, Blakk Rasta. Romeo. Black Romeo Furu says, greetings, everyone. Abdullahi Sali says, more fire, big bro. Osquabis Graphics. Joe! Abdullahi Sali says, watching you live from the USA, Florida. Which part of Florida? Is it Miami? Or where? Israel Ogi Kofi Houston says, much blessing, Blakk Rasta, more fire. Abubakar Sadiq Ishaka says, Basintale. Alexander Kwesi says, Blakk Rasta, kindly ask Kofi Azuma if he attended a Shaiman government school. If so, he should like Alexander Kwesi on Facebook. Well, you see, Ochami on him kasano si nana wawa soon. Kofi Azuma says, Greg Saki, you are so welcome here. And Elizabeth Mensa'S says, John Drunkard Mahama. Kofi Azuma says, shout out to my young brothers who are some of the real champions and warriors for Ghana and Ghanaians everywhere in the world. Kofi Azuma says, yes, President John Dramani and Vice President Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman and the NDC MPs will surely take power back starting on December 7. GH Story, he says, Elizabeth Mensa'S says the MPP is surely retaining power come December 7, 2024. Elizabeth also says Ghanaians are never ever going to give our beloved country to John Dramani Mahama Tofiakwa. We hear you. Thank you so much for those comments. And do we have any more comments? Kofi Azuma says, Grace Saki, you're welcome here. Looks like we've read these messages already. Yes, we have read them. Yes, we have read them. Any more messages? Jose Kofi. He says, Sami Jemfi. That's his name, yes. Sami Jemfi. That was the name I was trying to remember. How could I have forgotten the name? Sly Edipolo says, I tell them the truth. Oskobi Noko says, whether Mahama is a drunkard or not, we will vote for Mahama. Lucy Kogobela says, Malik is the man. Danny Mens says, Elizabeth, the GH we want would be devoid of all ill, sentimental, tribalistic objects, blind to patriotism and loyal to a lost cause of sectionism, founded by Bafo Akoto Jan, a.k.a. Otunfuo Nowafa. Well, thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for keeping it so respectful. Yeah, thank you for keeping it so respectful. We appreciate you and love you. It's a weekend. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you again on Monday. On Monday, we will not be here. Monday, I'm going to be 50. So we are going to be launching a wonderful project. My Dear Ghana Patriotism Festival is the biggest festival Ghana has ever seen. Osajifo will be proud of us. We will launch it on the premises of TV3. I have to apologize to all those we asked to send messages. There's a new policy at MGL, Media General Ghana. Only 15 people are permitted on the premises because of the elections, security measures, any program that we have. We make sure that we don't have audience, studio audience. That's why GMB, Ghana's Most Beautiful, is doing it without studio audience. So we are permitted to go with only 15 people. So from what you have sent, we shall choose 8 people, and then our chiefs and some other people would also make up the 7, because we are law-abiding. Please forgive me, but we have a big concert coming up, and all of you can be part of it on the 1st of October. And then on the 11th of October, another big one. Hey, But there are two different concepts. We shall tell you what that is on Monday when I turn 50. In the interim, I love you. Take our numbers on the screen and do business with us. God be with you. Hey! Hey! Wayo!